Coming up tonight, 7 people lose over $1 million after being tricked into so-called pump and dump scams. A confidence vote on Malaysia's Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin could be held as soon as next Wednesday. And we'll be revealing the winners of our movie giveaway for M. Night Shyamalan's latest thriller, Ode. This is the Straits Times Newsnight. Good evening, I'm Dylan Ang. Now, you have heard of pump and dump scams. Well, these scams are a type of stock market manipulation and are becoming more prevalent. Singapore police warning today that 7 people recently lost over $1.45 million after buying shares in a US-listed company that plunged 80% in just 2 days. How does the scam work? Well, let's take a look. Now, most of the victims meet the fraudsters online through social media or messaging platforms like WhatsApp and WeChat. Once trust is established, the scammers will reveal to their victims the name of a so-called high-quality company. In almost all cases, the victims were persuaded to buy shares listed in Hong Kong or the US. Next comes the pump and dump. During the pump stage, the unwitting victims buy up the shares and the share price goes up and up. And when the dump happens, the fraudsters sell their shares quickly before stopping all activities. The share price then plunges, resulting in heavy losses for the victims. For more information on scam, you can visit scamalert.sg or phone the anti-scam hotline at 1-800-722-6688. Remember, be wary of stock tips provided to you online or by persons you haven't met before. Now, turning to political developments across the causeway, Malaysia's king has asked Prime Minister Muhyiddin Yassin to bring forward a parliamentary vote of confidence. This was initially scheduled for early September, but it has been speculated that the confidence vote will take place as soon as next Wednesday. Mr. Muhyiddin met the king earlier today after 105 MPs submitted letters to the palace rejecting the premier's leadership. There are currently 220 lawmakers in Malaysia's parliament, which means the Prime Minister needs backing from at least 111 of them to govern. Malaysian singer Siti Sarah, who died on Monday from COVID-19 days after giving birth to her 4th child, was not vaccinated and had received treatment late, according to her husband. It is unclear if she had been given an appointment date for vaccination. The 36-year-old's plight highlights the gaps in Malaysia's war against COVID-19 as daily cases and deaths continue to surge despite the efforts to ramp up vaccinations. And taking a look at Singapore's daily COVID-19 numbers, 63 new cases were confirmed today, 61 locally transmitted and 2 imported. Of the local infections, 44 are linked to previous cases and 17 are currently unlinked. Now, it has been a bumpy year and a half for F&B businesses in Singapore, and despite the latest easing of measures, the industry wants more restrictions to be relaxed. The Singapore Nightlife Business Association, Singapore Cocktail Bar Association and the Safe F&B SG Restaurant Coalition are calling on the government to allow recorded background music in venues and extend the sale of alcohol until midnight. They say this will go some way to help F&B operators.
With some easing of measures would come incremental revenue, and that would help their business and save jobs, and also assist the F&B ecosystem. You've got suppliers, you've got landlords, you've got rentals to pay. And we've seen 2 lockdowns, or basically 2 no dine-ins this year, and a couple of weeks of only 2 packs dining in. So things has been really, really tough on the F&B front for all these businesses.
Now let's take a look at some of today's top trending stories. 4,989. That's how many BTO flats were launched today by the Housing Board in its 3rd sales exercise for the year. The flats on offer spread across 5 estates: Hougang, Jurong East, Kallang Whampoa, Queenstown and Tampines. This means more than half of the units are located in mature estates. In contrast, the next BTO launch in November has just one confirmed project in a mature estate. Among the most highly anticipated is Queen's Arc in Queenstown, where 610 3-room or 4-room flats are on offer across 2 blocks. It's the first time in 9 years that new flats are being launched in Singapore's oldest town. Singapore has upgraded its economic outlook for 2021 after a stronger than expected performance in the first half of the year. GDP is now expected to grow 6 to 7% this year. That's compared with the previous range of 4 to 6%. What's helping is the pace of Singapore's vaccination rollout and a pickup in global demand. But as always, there are risks to look out for.
I think one thing that we can take away from the forecast upgrade really is that the Singapore's outlook, especially the economic outlook, has improved since the year started. And with it, the increased likelihood for Singapore to see a healthier labour market. But I think that there's still a need to stay cautious, really simply because of the fact that anecdotal evidence have shown that things can go south pretty quickly. We have seen the emergence of new COVID-19 clusters across the island just in July, and I think that the next step that we can look forward to really is the progressive reopening of Singapore's borders in time to come.
Here's something for Marvel fans. What if Steve Rogers never became Captain America and it was Agent Peggy Carter who received the Super Soldier Serum instead? Well, that's one of the alternate universe scenarios explored in What If, a star-studded animated series that reimagines key moments from Marvel mythology. Some of the familiar voices you hear and recognize are Chris Hemsworth as Thor and Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange, including the late Chadwick Boseman, who reprises his role as King T'Challa for the final time. Will the 10-episode animated series be a breath of fresh air for Marvel fans? I sure hope so. Tell us what you think. What If is now available on Disney+. And now for the part many of you are excited for, we have the 5 winners from our latest giveaway for M. Night Shyamalan's movie Old. 5 pairs of in-season passes to catch the movie in theatres. Now, we asked you the question, if your entire life was reduced to just one day, how and where would you spend it? We've picked our 5 favourite responses, and here are the 5 winners. Congratulations, guys! You should have received a message from Suen on Facebook. Enjoy the movie, and for those who missed out this time, it won't be long now before our next movie giveaway, so stay tuned. And bienvenue Lionel Messi. It's official, scenes of jubilation as Paris Saint-Germain fans took to the streets to welcome the club's latest signing, the 6-time Ballon d'Or winner. The 34-year-old Argentine signed a 2-year contract with the French powerhouse and said he's dreaming of winning a 5th Champions League with his new club. Messi last claimed the European title with Barcelona in 2015 and will be hoping to lead the Qatari-owned Parisians to its first Champions League win. And that wraps up the Straits Times Newsnight. Do visit straitstimes.com to see more news and videos, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by hitting the button below. Keep safe. I'll see you tomorrow.